inmates at Spy Hill got loose and headed up this way. Tell us about that.
That was probably the most exciting thing that ever happened to us.
Well, to start with, Spy Hill had a camp in the Forest Reserve, and they would have around 20 inmates at this camp, and forestry could use the inmates for doing work, small jobs, and they were to work like 6 hours a day or something, but we had to show them what work to do, and so they did tree cutting, and we put an airport in, or near runway, and they did all the work on that. It was a big job because it was, I think it was about 3,000 feet of runway, or maybe even a little more than that, and they had to clear the thing and do pretty well all the work on it. We had a cat to level it once they got all the trees and the stumps and all the rest of it off, and so we had them on that for one whole season, and their camp was there, but we had a little trouble with that. Some of them would get away, and so the one where at the gate in front of the ranger station, we could shut the gate.
It was just a pole. It wasn't
We had a
even
pole
gate.
across the road to stop people, and that was put in case we had bad weather in the spring and the road was bad, and we didn't want public traveling that road and getting stuck in the mud and that kind of thing, so we could keep the gate shut. And so this one day, the gate was shut. Oh,
Midnight.
yeah, it was at night. It was midnight, and the RCMP phoned. And I get out of bed, and the guy said, "There's a jailbreak. The prisoners were coming your way. They stole a car out of where the police kept their vehicles. They stole a car out of there, and they're heading your way. We know that. They're on the highway, Highway 40, heading towards it. And could you stop, close the gate so they can't get through?" So this is what, 2 o'clock in the morning or something. So anyway, I got dressed and run down, and just as I got to the gate, the car was there, and it actually hit the gate, knocked it down. I was just done doing it up, and it hit the gate, knocked it down, but they thought they couldn't get to it. They could have kept going because it was only one long pole across the road, but they thought that was the end of it, so they stopped the car and all jumped out and headed for the bush. And the car rolled backwards because it was on a little bit of a slope and into the ditch. And so the RCMP were behind them, chasing them, but they all got out into the bush into the woods before the RCMP got there. So that was, we had to go chasing, looking for these guys. There was about six guys.
There was 4.
Oh, 4.
4 there, and my brother, who was south in the Turn Valley area, 3. They stole 2 cars, and 3 of the inmates went right through his place. It was kind of funny how they both got him. And when the same time he's at the gate and the car's there, the RCMP phoned to ask me if I'd seen anything. I was so excited I was incoherent because all I could see was, I knew he was there, and all I could see was bodies running. And of course, by the time the kids are up, everybody was up all night. I made just about 10 pots of coffee, which is just about 100 cups, because that was that big Corningware pot. And
then what was the RCMP? Our friend?
Kenzie McLeod.
Kenzie McLeod, he was with the RCMP in Cochrane, and so he came out, and he said, "Where did they go?" And I said, "Well, they just pushed right by me. One of the guys actually hit my shoulder when he went by me and headed for the tree. So I said, they're all over there. So I had a Jeep, and there was a road going back into that area. So I said, I'll grab the Jeep and we'll go and see if we can find any of them. So he jumped in the Jeep with me, and we headed down this trail, and he kept calling out and blowing a whistle to see if he could figure out where they were, or maybe get them to stop or something like that, but they never did stop.
It was probably 5 or 6 days later before they caught them.
Yeah,
But that was the first time I had kept a loaded handgun on the fridge all night. The RCMP said, if you got a gun, keep it here.
so we got a helicopter out to go looking for them. We finally did get, some of them went back to the reserve, and a couple of guys didn't though. They were the ones they were afraid of, because the RCMP said one of the guys could have a gun.
Well, he's had a criminal record. They were just holding him overnight. He wasn't supposed to stay in there. He was probably the one that instigated it.